Today's AskReddit post. What's the most overpriced thing you've seen? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Literally any pair of dumbbells during the COVID lockdown. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thank you for the awards. Edit number 2. I ended up buying fitness bands and was fine with it. Damn, I was just thinking of buying some. Buy wooden block or stump. Or any other material. Weighing approximately what you're looking for. Attach handle. Lift. Could even just use a bucket and fill it with water. Could make convenient shapes from concrete, etc. I lift bags of dog food. Works pretty well, but my dogs won't leave me alone. Lift the dogs too. Gotta get them gains, bruh. I saw a small thing of Lysol wipes being sold for $22 in a store last week. Edit. Wow. Thank you for the awards. I was in a small business in the US, for those wondering. Smells like price gouging. Report that shit, my friend. Google where to report price gouging in your state area and fill it out. Be right back off to report my drug dealer. Printer ink. I had a friend in college who would buy a new $20 printer every time the ink ran out. BC, it was cheaper than buying ink. Where is he getting $20 printers? The year 2004. I bought a $30 printer not too long ago, but it may have been around Black Friday. A few years back, Nordstrom was selling a rock in a leather pouch for $85. That $6 asparagus water Whole Foods sold a couple years ago. It was a 16-ounce bottle of water with 3 stalks of asparagus. Also, everything from Goop. There's a $50 HDMI cable on Amazon. I once read a review of an audiophile grade Ethernet cable. This guy actually claimed changing the Ethernet cable from his router to his PC made his music sound better. Hahaha. One of the funnier things I read regarding audiophile nonsense. Want something funnier? Search for audiophile quantum chips. It's literally a sticker that you are supposed to stick on components in your audio equipment that is supposed to make it sound better. Or a cable cooker. Also one of those great inventions that make your cables sound better. That's some huge horse shit right there, and it's both sad and hilarious that some people fall for it. Holy shit. That reminds me of the signal boosting metallic stickers people used to buy and attach to their phones when cell phones first got popular. Maybe some sucker got stuck with thousands of those and rebranded them to sell to new suckers. Bread in Minecraft. That would be 64 emeralds. Heal zombie villagers. They'll give a permanent discount of one item for whatever they're selling. 63 emeralds. It's all about the art of the deal. TP on offer up back in March. Have you checked the prices of Clorox wipes on Amazon? A 3-pack can go for $200. I stock wipes and the shelf is always sold out. I can put out 200 of them and by the time I finish the rest of the cart it's empty again. Want to know what's weird? The shit ain't being bought fast enough. I worked at a warehouse that distributes Clorox wipes, among other things, to various stores throughout the South. Our warehouse is literally full of the damn things. Our shelves are full. We've got pallets triple stacked on the floor full of wipes. I'd almost swear someone is trying to create a false scarcity. In a downtown consignment shop, an oil painting of sheep grazing in a meadow had a price tag of $18.700. It was by an unrecognized artist. When asked why it was priced so high, the shopkeeper said because someone will like it and buy it. My high school art teacher told me your piece is worthless until you have a buyer. Same idea. Celebrity line of products. Companies hike the prices of products by hundreds of dollars just because the name of a celebrity was on it. Gwyneth Paltrow wants to know your location. I'm here, Gwyneth. Come get a dick candle. I have to admit, I am interested in smelling the vagina candle she has. But for some reason a cock candle is not sounding appealing to me. Not in the least bit. Come to think of it, the vagina candle is also not that appealing. When you realize you're asexual thanks to Gwyneth Paltrow. I remember seeing a basic scientific calculator for like $300. The T84, which is the standard for most high school math classes. Still goes for 100 even though it's been out many years and has seen no innovation. I got an 84 when it first came out in the early 2000s. It is literally the same price now and has barely been upgraded in nearly 20 years. That thing should be graphing in 3D, wirelessly connecting to other calculators to share datasets, etc. and be lightning fast. But nope. Still the same old Windows 95 era technology. Thanks standardized testing for that. That being said, I still love my T84 and you see them on people's desks in big engineering corporations. If you need to do anything that you can't do on a TI-84 you need a computer for Excel or MATLAB anyways. I use mine all the time. I even have a cool sticker cover on it that I got at a math conference one year. #MathNerd. LOL. Diamonds. If there's any doubt on diamonds not really having any value, just look at the resale price. You won't get shit compared to what you initially paid for it. At first I thought diamonds were in the same league as gold, as in actual rare earth stuff. Turns out it is just a great case study of controlling supply and advertising to make the big bucks. De Beers. Why exactly are we not taking De Beers to trial for crimes against humanity? We should be executing those ducks left and right and empty their supply of diamonds. Not sure what we'd do with all of them, but I'm sure they're useful for something. They have enough diamonds in their vaults to bring the price of 1 carat down to around $1. To quote something I heard on a sci-fi show, diamonds? It's the most boring arrangement of carbon in the galaxy. Anyone can line it up and make it happen if you can apply the necessary pressure. Now a carbon-based living organism? Try building that from scratch in a lab. Each time you try, the outcome will be different, and that is beauty. Weddings. I don't disagree with wanting the day to be special and memorable, but the industry jacks up the prices if they know it's a wedding. And there are way more affordable options while still getting to celebrate love and the future. No reason to break the bank. Use the money saved for even more memories. At least part of the wedding tax is justified. Vendors will often put more effort into wedding stuff over non-wedding stuff and will often even have backups ready. If something happens to your wedding cake minutes before it is picked up, you want them to have a backup cake ready, because a refund at the last minute is next to useless since you won't be able to find a suitable replacement ready to go in the next hour. Sure, the cheap party favors and other plastic crap you buy months in advance that you have plenty of time to replace shouldn't have a wedding markup. But the day of stuff that had weeks of prep, it is better to pay a bit extra to cover the backups and prevent Bridozilla meltdowns. I saw a snowmobile motor for $4,000. It wasn't even new, it was like a 90s motor. It is the same thing with boats. An outboard motor is like always $1,500 or more. However, if you buy the motor with a boat attached to it, you are paying the same price. Yeah, I don't know why they are so expensive. You can buy a snowmobile for $1,500 with the same motor and have other parts you can sell. $800. 000 for a 500 square foot condo in Toronto. As somebody who lives in a 700 square foot condo in Toronto, I feel this on a spiritual level. I can't even imagine how much you pay for that. I pay $750 for a 560 SQFT apartment in Oklahoma. Beats by Dre. $10 headphones for $300. Edit. Thanks Reddit. My first 5k. Y'all are awesome. I've seen a few friends post pictures of their Beats that easily snapped in half, followed by a pic of their brand new Beats. They really nailed it with the marketing. In terms of marketing, they got everyone Beats. Tomato, 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 comma tomato, 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 comma tomato, tomato, tomato. No, those are tomatoes. Insulin. Discovered over 100 years ago and is now synthetically produced and still is being sold for hundreds or thousands of dollars in many cases. The drug companies decided they were going to make their gigantic profit margins off life-saving medicine. Female products. Tampons and pads really don't have to be that expensive. I feel bad for women, they can't stop it, it's pretty much free money. You can stop it with birth control. I'm lucky and my pills cost nothing and I skip my period all year. Though I don't get any adverse side effects like many women do. Edit. Yes, it doesn't work for every woman. Which is why I said I'm lucky. Yeah, this doesn't work for all ladies unfortunately. I tried both the pill and the arm implants to get rid of my period and ended up with 3-week long periods with 2 weeks off in between. Sucks bro colon. The $700 juicero. As if a Wi-Fi connecting juicer was even necessary, let alone worth the price point. Juicer since it didn't even actually juice anything. Just squeeze bags of pre-made juice. I saw a video of someone squeeze the packets faster than the machine. It's the biggest waste of money because imagine being unable to use your juicer because NBN is being set up. But did you see the teardown? It's weirdly well and made with expensive custom parts. I think they just didn't know what they were building more so than setting out to be a scam. Gold plated, diamond encrusted Nokia cell phone. Why the hell would someone try to put fancy armor around something that's already indestructible? The inside is diamond encrusted. It's to protect the diamonds. As a machinist who has made things for the military, most people don't understand what overpriced means. Preach. I bid a job for the military and they told me my bid was too low. I added a zero and got the job. Price I initially quoted would have been profitable for me. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I once knew a guy who worked at a place that made large bolts. If I remember correctly, they would charge the general public something like $8 bolt and the military $85 for the same exact bolt and they didn't bat an eye. There's so much ducking waste with our military, right down to the nuts and bolts. It's actually a strange side effect of attempting to reduce military spending. Essentially, if a section of the military doesn't use 100% of their budget in a year, they can expect that excess to be cut from their budget next year. This leads to a rush of spending aimed at overpriced products and stockpiles of unneeded parts to use all of their budget. In an actual crisis scenario, they tend to negotiate more reasonable prices on materials to stay in budget because it's difficult to get extra money in the budget. All of this makes a culture of overspending to get a bigger budget so that they don't have to ask for more money when they actually need it. That makes sense. What I think they should do is incentivize going under budget, but then not dropping the budget if they go under. Have a set amount for X years. So basically if it's a 500B budget and they only spend 300B then they can throw a pizza party or something. Nook's Cranny selling a chess set for 100,000 bells. Edit. Thanks so much for my first awards. Also the houses. How does the price go up so much just by adding one room TF? Food in movie theaters. The prices of everything is jacked up so much. For the big blockbuster movies, theaters have to give 100% of ticket sales to the studio for like the first 6-8 weeks after release. So theaters actually lose money showing movies. That's why they have to charge so much for food and drinks. Yeah, it's sort of like gas stations. They don't buy the gasoline for that much less than they sell it for. Most of them are profitable purely because of like candy and cigarette sales. Actually, cigarettes are similar to gas. They are a loss leader with very little markup. Gas stations carry them to get people in the door. There's small casinos in Vegas, like 15 gambling machines, that sell cigarettes lower than cost with the hope you'll throw a $20 in the machine. Reddit coins. If it isn't the strongest flex, the one giving the award. Luxury $1 million homes built with the same wood wall framing, plywood and cheap vinyl siding as normal homes. College. That's the USA for you don't want to pay minimum wage? Get $100,000 in debt for school and some papers. Yes. Then make minimum wage and be $100K in debt. You guys are getting paid? Intern me. I accidentally bought an illegally imported 4-pack of Juul pods from Canada. I instinctively said mint, knowing they didn't exist in NY anymore. Well, he pulled out a hidden pack with French warnings on it. I paid over $10 per pod. Nicotine is a bitch. Beef jerky here in the UK. In the US, beef jerky costs around $30 a pound, around £23 in the UK. It is one of, if not the most, expensive beef products you can buy, other than a live cow. That's because it loses 2/3 of its weight when it's dried. That's why it costs 3x as much as plain beef. I can buy lean top round for like $4-5 a pound. I would assume a large jerky company pays way less than that. Fucking diet has ruined one of my favorite snacks. Beef is actually more like 75% water, so it takes about 4 pounds of top round, $16 to $20 worth, to make 1 pound of beef jerky. Once you factor in the time and energy to dry the meat, seasoning, packaging, shipping, wages, overhead, etc., it really isn't that surprising how expensive beef jerky is. I swear, people sell oddly shaped cheetahs for thousands, literally thousands. €400 t-shirt in a shop in Zurich, so it was for gullible tourists. Since Switzerland doesn't use the euro, Switzerland and especially Zurich can be really expensive though. I had a friend whose family was in Switzerland, don't know the exact place, and he was telling me that his family goes grocery shopping in the neighboring country every month or so thanks to the open borders of EU, because that is a lot cheaper than buying stuff locally, and a lot of other people do the same thing. Handbags that cost tens of thousands of dollars. It's literally a bag to carry your stuff around. It ain't that serious. I only know because my girlfriend recently was telling me about this. A few brands are considered investment pieces. If I recall correctly, Chanel bags hold their value and Birkin bags increase in value due to the fact they're handmade in small amounts, about 5 per year. A few brands are considered investment pieces. If I recall correctly, Chanel bags hold their value and Birkin bags increase in value due to the fact they're handmade in small amounts, about 5 per year. Okay, but do they compare to a S&P index fund in terms of return? Part curious, part incredulous. I assume you can't use the bag if it's being kept as an investment. So at that point, why not have stock or a brick of gold? Investment is a poor choice of words. Unlike other physical items, say clothing or cars, that depreciate in value after you purchase it. You sell a car, you're selling it for less than what you bought it for. With these two brands, since they hold their value, say you're hit with a surprise bill or expense, you can sell the bag for the retail price without hesitation. Some will pay more due to the year it was made style. Additionally, people just like having expensive things good, bad, indifferent, useful, or useless. A way of saying I made it, if you will. Sure, there are better things money can be spent on in terms of investments. Not many will allow you to draw your investment early without penalty. United States healthcare. Although seriously, HDMI cables in electronics stores. My dad worked in one and said never buy them as they cost £30 but are the same ones as Amazon do for £3. Now I know not all HDMI cables are equal, especially nowadays, but the ones they try to upsell you when you buy a TV are cheap, overpriced shite. I worked at Best Buy as a teenager and the way their employee discount works, or worked when I was there, is that employees paid 20% more than the store did for products. So for some things, like a gaming console, in which the store pretty much paid full price, an employee discount didn't matter. They made their money from game consoles from accessory sales. HDMI cables, on the other hand, were essentially free. We sold a gold-plated cable for like $150 or something insane, and with the employee discount it was under $1. Regular HDMI cables cost like 20 cents, which was still 20% more than Best Buy paid for them in wholesale. Ridiculous. And HDMI is digital transmission. It gets through or it doesn't. If a cheap cable works without freezing or drop out, a more expensive one has absolutely nothing to offer. My pillow. $80 for $10 worth of scrap memory foam in a $1 pillowcase. The first time I saw a My Pillow ad, I originally thought it was like a comedy sketch and he was advertising his own pillow. Like, just the one pillow that he sleeps with every night, and you could just rent it out or something for a few days. Now I wanna make this a real thing : gamer girl used pillows. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.